Hello, welcome to Monday's vlog. What is the date? It's the, oh crikey, 24th of August. Now the year's flying by. Today's vlog's mainly about flight sims. So if flight sims isn't your thing, turn off now because you'll be bored. If it is, stick with us. I like flight sims. I've been playing them since, I say playing them, God, is it a game? Oh no, it's a simulation. 1982, I got the first version of Microsoft Flight, and I'm going to show you a few clips from that in a moment. You can have a look. That's version 1. It was very basic. There were more basic ones, but that was the first Microsoft version, so that was quite good. Then in 1988, version 3 came out with a few little added touches, higher res, etc. I got my next one in 1998, which is 6.1, which again had a few more goodies. Version 7, which was known as Flight 2000, had Concorde. That was exciting, and I ended up, I think there was History of Flight, I can't remember what year that was, and then of course good old FX10 or Flight Simulator version 10, which I've still got, and we'll have a little troll about with that later on. I've also got a flight sim my old mate down in Torquay swears by, and that is Prepare 3D. Now it's really good, don't get me wrong, but we do very different kinds of flying. Dave does a lot of high altitude stuff, you know, 20,000 feet plus, big airports across the world, so VFR scenery isn't that important to him. I'm a bit different. I get a nosebleed over 5,000 feet. I like little single engines and twin engines, and I like to fly VFR, in other words, finding your way around following railway lines, rivers, houses, landmarks, whatever. The problem I have with that is a lot of the scenery isn't very realistic. I'll show you what I mean later on, but it's certainly around this area. You can't really follow your way around using landmarks because they're not there. The other version I've got is still got my old Flight X, which I'll show you again, which VFR is not very good. However, Microsoft Flight 2020 is out now, and all I will say is if you like VFR, it's definitely worth buying. You really can fly via landmarks. You see things you recognise. You can fly over your own house, which is brilliant. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive in and have a rattle about. Catch you in a bit. Bye.
Right, well, as I said, here we are, November 1982, and it's the first version. Very jerky, basic background. At the time, you know, what we thought this was amazing. It had proper dials and everything. Yeah, just flying around. You look at it now and you think, how on earth did I actually fly that? But it's quite good. This was version 3. It was come out in 1988, and believe it or not, better aircraft, better background. All these early flights started in Meigs Field in Chicago, which is no longer an airfield, but I'll bet you any money that one of the first things you did was fly through the aerials or antenna on that tall building there. Flight Simulator 5, 1993. This was the first version that had textures, so obviously the scenery looked a lot better. The only thing, you couldn't import anything from the older models into this one, because obviously it's a lot clearer, but at the time, I remember looking at this thinking, that's amazing. It's like looking at real scenery. And there you go. FS98, that came down, this was 6.1, I think. Very slight improvements. Again, at the time, cutting edge. Had a helicopter for the first time, which was brilliant if you like flying helicopters. And yeah, I want to stop with Camel. Oh, I forgot the stop with Camel, bless it. And the old Cessna, one of my favourites. Oh, and what was that? An aerobatic? Can't remember what it was now. Yeah, happy days. Brings it all flooding back to me. Oh, and weather effects as well. It actually had lightning, which was quite amazing. This was, I think, next one is 2000. This one had Concorde. It also had little tasks. This was one I particularly remember playing quite a lot, was rescuing people off a burning oil rig. that was fun. It was interesting to have. I suppose it made it more of a game because you weren't just flying. Hello, I've had to re-record this. Plug the joystick in, doesn't it? Yes. Talking of myself there. I didn't have the joystick plugged in. There we go. Now I've had to drop the volume because I had the mixing all wrong and all you can hear is engine and no talk. So this time I can go through it with you. I'm at my local airfield to Weston, a few miles up the road, and yes, this is Microsoft Flight X or 10, and considering its age, I think it's faring up pretty well. Again, VFR, I can tell you we don't have a water tower looks anything like that at all. Really don't. Trees are quite good. None of those buildings are at all accurate, nor is that whatever it is, water tower or whatever. So yeah, if you actually want a good representation of Fly VFR, it does the job, but it's not good. It's not, it's not where you are. So overall, though, sorry about that bloke muttering in the background. Overall, yeah, good flight model. You're going to see some similarities when we go to Prepare 3D. Very, very similar, almost lifted from Flight X. Scenery is a bit better. Trees. Oh yeah, that's my little message about the sound. But I thought I'd redo it because you couldn't hear a blooming thing I was saying. Nice clouds. Nice interior on the aircraft as well. Overall, really, like I say, considering it's over 10 years old, you can see why at the time it was absolute cutting edge, and even now you can get away with it. I'm sure there's lots of people with Flight X who have bought an awful lot of add-ons, a bit like Prepare 3D. I mean, the new Flight Sim 2020's out, but I don't know, if you're an existing flight simmer and you've already got loads and loads of extra aircraft and bits and bobs, you'd probably be loath to lose them. So I think really 2020 is for either people who want to fly VFR. It's definitely worth the money. If you're like me, you're a VFR flyer, it is brilliant. There we go. Anyway, I think we're going to go over to Prepare 3D in a minute. You can see some differences. And here we are, Prepared 3D. Very similar, isn't it? Very, very similar, even down to the parking brake sign bits. Yeah. Again, to Weston, local airfield, same aircraft. I think the trees are a bit better rendered. Clouds are slightly better, I'd say. Still not really a representation of to Weston. Lots of buildings that aren't really there. Lots of stuff that isn't there. But you know what? No point moaning. Does the job. And I'll go for a little flight in a minute. But I think the flight model's a bit more realistic when you take off with this one. It's a lot more twitchy. So we'll see how we go with that. As you can see, I think the rudder probably needs trimming a bit or adjusting. It's a bit sensitive. There we go. Nice day again. It's a little bit. It's amazingly similar. I'm sure they use the same sort of flight models, Prepare 3D and Flight. But, again, nice interior. It'd be hard pushed to tell which is which actually. There's more buildings there that again don't exist. As I said, if you really want to fly VFR, you do need that new Microsoft Flight 2020, which I do actually have at the moment, but I've got a few problems now. I'm hoping to get them sorted out. I won't in this video, but if I do, I'll do a separate video on it after this one. But you're probably wondering why I haven't mentioned X-Plane 11. Oh yeah, X-Plane 11 again is good. You can get some nice add-ons. You can get add-on scenery for Microsoft Flight. I had one of the south of England, but for some reason it doesn't work with the Steam edition. But this is something that's really going to impress. Well, I think it's going to impress me. Put it that way. Is Prepare 3D nighttime flying. Just look at this. Different aircraft. It's I think it's an old de Havilland. I do like the way they've modelled the interiors. Very nice. But what does it for me on this is just the night scenery. It's so good. Microsoft Flight X is good, but this is better. I can see why Dave, when he does his long haul flight stuff now, likes doing nights, what it looks like anyway. Because look at that. Is that not impressive? I think that's very good. Very well rendered. All the light patterns on the roads, and yeah, suitably impressed by that. That's few stars about as well. Yeah, overall, Prepared 3D, yep, very good. And Flight X, still good. But if, like me, you like general aviation, you like following motorways and rivers, railway lines, buildings, you really got to go and get 2020, because when it comes to VFR, nothing out there to touch it. And there we are. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's gone on a bit. Crikey, it's gone on longer than I thought. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll hopefully catch up with you in the next vlog, and hopefully it'll be something to do with Flight 2020. So until then, take care of each other, stay well, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.